Please dim your lights. Request you to use a headphone. Please subscribe, share and like. Today I'll tell you the story of Bhangarh Fort, the most haunted place in India and probably the greatest unsolved mystery in the country. Anything associated with the supernatural attracts a huge amount of interest, and the deserted town of Bhangarh cashes in on this. The many haunted stories of Bhangarh Fort have transformed it into a tourist hotspot. The Bhangarh kingdom was established in 1599 by Raja Bhagwant Das for his son Madho Singh, the younger brother of Akbar's general Man Singh of Amber. Madho Singh named the city after his grandson Man Singh, who was also known as Bhan Singh, and that's where Bhangarh's name comes from. In 1720, Jaipur's Jai Singh II attacked the city. Some historians say Jai Singh's repeated attacks forced the people to escape. There are a litany of stories about the fort. One of them is about Ratnavati, the daughter of Chhatra Singh. She was the jewel of Rajasthan. Ratnavati was much younger than her stepbrother Ajab Singh and was liked very much by all, unlike him who was disliked. Tales of her beauty and delightful temperament spread far and wide, and she received many marriage proposals. A tantrik, also known as a black magician by the name Singhya, fell in love with her, but knowing that he didn't stand a chance to attract the beautiful princess, he tried to cast a spell on her. Seeing the princesses made buy perfume for her in the village, he cast a spell on it so that Ratnavati would fall in love with him. Ratnavati came to know of this and threw the bottle. It turned into a boulder and hit the tantrik, who was crushed under its weight. But before he died, he cursed the princess, her family, and the entire Bhangarh village. The next year, a battle was fought between the forces of Bhangarh and Ajabgarh, which led to the death of Ratnavati and most in the army. Owing to this curse, no one in the village or fort could be reborn. It is forever condemned to desolation and is inhabited by ghosts. If any villager tried to build a roof, it apparently mysteriously collapsed. There is another story also. A sadhu or a saint, Guru Balu Nath, lived on top of the hill on which Raja Bhagwant Singh built the fort. His only condition for letting the fort be built there was that it should never cast a shadow on his dwelling. The condition was honored by all except Ajab Singh, who added columns to the fort that cast a shadow on the ascetic's house. The angry sadhu's curse led to the ruin of the fort and the surrounding villages. A small stone hut known as Tantrik Ki Chhatri overlooks the fort. The truth seems to be that after Chhatra Singh's death, since Ajab Singh had already established a new fort, the population of the area dwindled. A famine in 1783 forced the remaining villagers to leave. In 1720, Raja Jai Singh, grandson of Man Singh, attached Bhangarh to his estate. Now you may ask, what happens if I go to Bhangarh at night? Venturing into the fort after sunset would be disastrous, as it is supposed to be a center for paranormal activity. In fact, the Archaeological Survey of India has put out a notice prohibiting people from visiting the Bhangarh Fort at night. According to the Rajasthan tourism website, the evil effects of the sorcerer's curse are believed to be working even now. You can hear strange noises from inside the fort during night time, and there is an uneasy heaviness in the air. It is said that spirits roam inside the closed gates and the fort becomes a hotbed for paranormal activity. If the locals are to be believed, whoever attempted to stay back in the fort or the nearby area after dark has never returned to tell his tale. People even claim to have heard the tinkling of pyres or anklets. Some say even the ruined market of Bhangarh comes to life at night. The locals also narrate the story of three daredevils who decided to stay in Bhangarh Fort after sunset, despite having a torch. One of them fell into a deep well. However, he was rescued soon by his friends, who rushed to the hospital to get him treated. But as it was perhaps predestined, all three of them got crushed in a road accident and died. According to locals, in another incident, a group of friends sightseeing in Bhangarh caught the glimpse of what seemed like the apparition of a boy in a house without a door but a grilled window. This and many other stories are popular or rumored to be true around here. So, what do you think? Go visit the fort at night and live to tell your tale.